What's up everyone, it's Sprometheus and I'm coming at you with another unboxing and review, and this time I am using the Melodrip. I picked this bad boy up basically earlier in December, just got it delivered as there was a back order, and now I'm playing with it. So if you're not familiar, the Melodrip is a tool used for pour overs, and the claim is that you can get better clarity and sweetness using this method. So inside the first flap you've got the basic specs. They brew at a 16:1 ratio, which is pretty standard, and gives you directions on how to up your amount if you want to do more than a 15 gram pour over. Inside the box you've got a glass stir stick and the Melodrip unit itself. It did come with a weird vial with some coffee in it. I basically put that away, I don't know what that's for. And this kind of goes over the Melodrip method. You can pause and read that if you'd like. But that's enough looking at a box. Let's dive into brewing some coffee. So as you might notice, we are not at my house today. I am at work at Leap Coffee, where I'm the head roaster and director of coffee, and we are using our newest single origin that's released today, January 11th, and we are going to brew a pour over with the Melodrip. So standard pour over rules apply. We're going to wet our filter, we're going to heat our vessel, we're going to do our bloom, so it recommends a 45 gram bloom, and then we're going to stir it with the glass stir stick. We're going to seek out any dry spots. And now it's time for the main event. So we're going to do as directed, 30 gram pours through the Melodrip, and we're going to wait for the water level to go just below the surface of the coffee, and then we're going to repeat. So we're going to do that process until we hit the final brew weight of 240 grams. If you did the math, that's a 1:16 ratio like they recommended. We're doing it just exactly by the box. But I'm going to shut up for a bit and let you watch this. It's just kind of a cool thing to watch. Well, as the last few drips come through the V60, let's take a look at the bed of coffee. So it's looking nice and flat, and I don't see any muddiness. That is perfect. Moving on to the next thing, we are going to do some science. So I'm going to test the TDS using this refractometer. The TDS means total dissolved solids, which is basically a fancy way of saying the amount of coffee that was pulled out by the water. So each one of these samples is a bit different. Two are using the Melodrip, one is a standard V60. This first sample is just using the Melodrip, brewing through it, and then testing the results. So the TDS of that is 1.47, which is a really nice TDS number. You're looking for 1.5 for ideal. Next, we're going to clear this thing right back out, zero it out, and try our next sample. So the next sample is the same pour over, but then I took that coffee and poured it back through the Melodrip into a different cup. So let's see what the TDS is here. 1.52, so it actually went up, being filtered back through the Melodrip. That is kind of interesting and unexpected. And the third one, after we zero this thing right back out, is a standard V60, brewed the way we do at work. It is used with agitation. I do stir it, but it's nothing crazy. It's kind of a standard V60 brew, and the TDS is 1.19. So that is significantly lower than anything used with the Melodrip, which is pretty impressive. And as a skeptic, I think I'm convinced that the Melodrip does make a difference in extraction. So let's talk pros and cons. Obviously, higher TDS, clarity, and sweetness for the pros, as well as continued focus, potential for experimentation and aesthetics. The pieces are fragile though, they're expensive. Holds back some fluid, time consuming, requires some math, and again, it's aesthetic. Lastly, let's talk about this coffee. I'm super stoked to introduce this coffee. It's our first single origin of the season. It's a natural process Ethiopia. Use the code Sprometheus if you hit the link in the description for a 10% off this bag of coffee. And you might get a special bonus if you're the first 20 orders. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, my blog at Sprometheus.com, follow me on Instagram at Sprometheus, and as always, stay caffeinated, pony boy.